Next I have Dave Donehue, who's the Environmental Planner for the Land Planning and Approvals section of the Department of Environment, Land, Water and Planning. He's going to talk about their experience.
Good morning everyone, thank you for coming. Thank you to Neil for giving me the opportunity to say something this morning. A few things I'd like to pass on regarding White Ribbon Day, what it means to me and the staff of the Environment, Land, Water and Planning here in Benalla. Firstly, I grew up in a family with 3 older sisters and hard-working parents who ran a farm and did what they could to make ends meet. I'm not saying there weren't any issues, but fighting or family violence certainly wasn't part of our normal daily life. Hopefully some of you may appreciate the stress for a boy living and growing up with 3 older sisters. I'm pleased to say the pressures of family life didn't manifest themselves as violence against one another. Over the past few years we've learnt that violence in the home is a lot more prevalent than what we may have understood before. The statistics that Neil provides tells a really sad story about who we are, who we've become, where we are going, especially here in Benalla where we rate highly in the state. The issue of family violence seemed to come to a head following the tragic death of Luke Batty, who was killed by his father in 2014. Luke's death was the catalyst for his mother Rosie to establish the Luke Batty Foundation and to raise awareness about what family violence can do to families and the communities where they live. These concerns were clearly heightened following the presentation given by Rosie Batty here at BPAC on the 11th of May 2015. As the site leader for the department here at Benalla, I was approached by staff members who expressed their concerns about trends in the town and whether our organisation could support the foundation. We have grown in strength ever since. Victoria Police are dealing regularly with cases of violence where we're hearing repeatedly of where they are attending to issues where violence is occurring in people's homes. It's interesting that we criticise the police for giving us a speeding fine, stopping us for not wearing a seatbelt, driving and talking on the phone, asking why we're not wearing a bike helmet, or wanting to know why we're still in the street at 3 o'clock in the morning. But yes, they are the first ones we call when help is needed. I would like to pass on some advice to the younger people in the audience here today that was given to me over 40 years ago. It's far better to have the police as a friend and not as one of your enemies. And it's far easier to stay out of trouble than what it is to get out of trouble. From a DELWP point of view, we've successfully engaged 48 of our 70 staff members from the Benalla office and depot to sign the oath and agree that we will support the White Ribbon Foundation. Our oath declaration certificates are on display at work and our banner clearly declares our position. As an organisation, we will continue to engage our staff across the Hume region, raise awareness and endeavour to sign up more people to our commitment to the Foundation. We currently have around 250 permanent staff working from the high country at Corryong to Broadford on the Hume Freeway and everywhere in between. Many of these people are in small communities and have the opportunity to make a difference. Our Department of Environment, Land, Water and Planning communities are also affected by suicide, depression, drugs, alcohol, gambling and vandalism. Sadly, some of these conditions or a combination of these actions are leading to violence and in some cases people killing themselves. Being involved with White Ribbon has also given our staff the opportunity to openly discuss the difficulties of what our commitment actually means. Clearly this is a complex issue and unfortunately we do not have all the answers. In closing, I would like to say that family and friends are the most important assets anyone can have, and showing affection or telling someone that you love or care for them may actually break down some of the barriers that we're experiencing. Violence comes in many forms, all as sinister as each other. Benalla is a really good place to live, and I believe that we can all do something to make it better. This is not an easy task, so please let's make an effort to start from today. I'm very proud of the people I work with for making a commitment to get behind the Foundation, so I would like to thank the Department of Environment, Land, Water and Planning staff and to all those who have come along to march today. Thank you.